Malaga is one of the best cities to visit in southern Spain because it gives you a mix of history, food, beaches, culture, and warm coastal atmosphere all in one place. A lot of people think of Malaga as just a quick airport city or a beach destination, but there's actually much more to see here. You have the Old Town, the Alcazaba, Roman ruins, museums, local markets, sea views, and even some great day trips nearby. And what makes Malaga really nice is that it's easy to enjoy. You can walk around the historic center, stop for tapas, visit a few major sites, and still have time to relax by the water. So in this video, I'm sharing the top 10 best things to do in Malaga. Let's go! One of the best places to start your trip is Malaga Old Town because it gives you a little bit of everything right away. You have narrow streets, sunny squares, restaurants, cafes, shops, historic buildings, and that relaxed Andalusian city feeling. It's lively, but still very easy to enjoy on foot. A good place to begin is around Calle Larios, which is one of the main pedestrian streets in the center. From there, you can slowly make your way through the smaller streets nearby, stop for coffee, and walk toward places like Plaza de la Constitución, the Cathedral area, and the streets around the Picasso Museum. What I like about Malaga Old Town is that it doesn't feel like one single attraction. It's more about the atmosphere. You can spend a few hours here without doing anything too complicated, just walking around, eating something, and enjoying the mix of history and city life. For history, one of the best things to do in Malaga is visit the Alcazaba and the Roman Theater. They are right next to each other, which makes this one of the easiest historic stops in the city. You can start by seeing the Roman Theater from the street, then continue up into the Alcazaba for old walls, courtyards, gardens, and views over Malaga. What makes this area special is how much history is packed into one place. The Roman Theater shows the city's ancient Roman side, while the Alcazaba gives you a completely different feeling with its Moorish-style fortress walls, arches, and peaceful inner spaces. It's not just a place where you look at ruins from a distance. You can actually walk through the fortress, climb higher, look back toward the city, and see the port and sea from above. I'd try to visit earlier in the day if you're coming in summer, because the sun can be strong once you start walking uphill. The Alcazaba and the Roman Theater is one of those places that gives Malaga much more depth than just beaches, food, and shopping. Another major landmark to visit in the city center is Malaga Cathedral. It stands right in the historic center, so you'll probably pass it naturally while walking around the Old Town. The building is huge, and even if you don't go inside, it's worth stopping to see the exterior, the square around it, and the way it rises above the nearby streets. The cathedral is often called La Manquita, which means something like the one-armed lady, because one of its towers was never finished. That little detail makes it feel more unique than just another big cathedral. Inside, you can see the high ceilings, chapels, artwork, and the kind of grand interior that gives you a break from the busy streets outside. What I like about this stop is that it's easy to fit into almost any Malaga itinerary. You don't need to plan your whole day around it, but it adds a lot to a walk through the center. It's also a nice place to slow down for a moment before continuing toward the Alcazaba, the port, or one of the nearby cafes. If you've enjoyed my Malaga video so far, please tap the subscribe and thumbs up buttons. For one of the best views in Malaga, head up to Gibralfaro Castle. It sits on the hill above the city, so you can see the Old Town, the cathedral, the bull ring, the port, and the sea all from one place. It's one of those stops that gives you a better sense of how Malaga is laid out. You can walk up from the Alcazaba area if you want a bit of exercise, but just know that the path can feel pretty steep, especially in the heat. Once you reach the top, the views are the main reward. You can walk along parts of the old walls, look down over the city, and take some of the best photos of Malaga from above. The castle itself is interesting, but I think the setting is what makes it really worth visiting. It's a great stop to combine with the Alcazaba because together they give you history, city views, and a proper break from the busier streets below. Since Pablo Picasso was born in Malaga, visiting the Picasso Museum is one of the most important cultural things to do in the city. It's right in the historic center, so it's easy to add while you're already walking around the old town. Even if you're not a huge art museum person, it's still worth considering because Picasso is such a big part of Malaga's identity. The museum gives you a look at different sides of his work, not just the most famous images people usually think of. You'll see paintings, drawings, ceramics, and other pieces that show how his style changed over time. What makes it nice is that the museum doesn't feel too overwhelming. You can spend a good amount of time there without needing to turn it into a full museum day. It's also a good activity if the weather is too hot, too rainy, or you just want something slower between walking around the city. After visiting the museum, you're already close to cafes, restaurants, and several other sites in the center. For food, one of the best places to visit in Malaga is Atarazanas market. It's a busy indoor market in the city center, and it's a great place to see a more local side of Malaga. You'll find stalls selling seafood, meat, fruit, vegetables, olives, cheese, and other fresh products, so it feels very different from sitting down at a normal restaurant. What makes Atarazanas market interesting is that it works as both a quick sightseeing stop and a food stop. You can walk through the market, look at the colorful displays, and try something simple if you're hungry. It's also a good place to get a feeling for Andalusian food culture, especially if you like markets that are lively and a bit chaotic in a good way. I'd go earlier in the day rather than late, because markets like this are usually better when they're active. It's not a polished tourist attraction in the same way as a museum or monument, but that's exactly why it's worth adding. If you want an easy beach break without leaving the city, La Malagueta beach is the most obvious choice in Malaga. It's close to the historic center and the port, so you don't need to plan a separate day trip just to get some time by the sea. After walking around the old town, visiting museums, or climbing up to Gibralfaro, it's nice to have a beach that's this easy to reach. La Malagueta is not the most hidden or untouched beach in Spain, but that's not really the point. What makes it useful is the convenience. You can come here for a swim, walk along the promenade, rent a sunbed, or stop at one of the beach restaurants nearby. It's also a good place to try espedo, which is grilled sardines cooked on skewers, one of the classic foods of Malaga's coast. I think this beach works best when you see it as part of the city experience, not as a remote beach escape. You're still in Malaga, but with sand, sea air, and a much slower pace for a while. Another easy area to enjoy is Muelle 1 and the port. This is a modern waterfront area with restaurants, shops, walking paths, palm trees, and views toward the city and the sea. It's close to the Old Town and La Malagueta, so it fits naturally into a day where you're exploring the center without needing a car or a long transfer. What I like about Muelle 1 is that it gives Malaga a more open, seaside feeling. After spending time in narrow historic streets, it's nice to walk somewhere with more space, boats, water, and sea views. You can stop for a drink, have lunch by the marina, visit the colorful Q building nearby, or just walk along the waterfront in the evening when the light is nicer. It's not a complicated attraction, but it's a really pleasant part of the city. If you have enough time in Malaga, one of the best day trips you can do is Ronda. It's one of the most famous towns in Andalusia, and it feels very different from Malaga's beaches and city streets. Instead of the coast, you get dramatic views, an old town atmosphere, and one of the most impressive landmarks in southern Spain. The main highlight is the Puente Nuevo, the huge bridge that stretches across the deep El Tajo Gorge. It's the kind of place that looks impressive even in photos, but much better in person when you actually stand there and see how dramatic the setting is. You can walk around the viewpoints, explore the old streets, and just enjoy the feeling of being somewhere that's both scenic and historic at the same time. Ronda also has old churches, plazas, and one of Spain's most famous bull rings, so there's enough to see without needing to rush. It's a really good day trip if you want to experience a different side of Andalusia while staying based in Malaga. Another day trip worth considering, especially if you want something more adventurous, is Caminito del Rey. It's one of the most famous walking routes in the Malaga area, and it's a great option if you want to add something more active and memorable to your trip. The route is known for its narrow walkways built along the steep walls of the gorge, with the river far below and huge rock formations around you. Even though it looks dramatic, the walk itself is very controlled and organized, so you don't need to be an expert hiker to enjoy it. You just need to be comfortable with heights and ready for a few hours of walking. Along the way, you'll pass through different sections of the canyon, cross bridges, and get some really impressive views of the landscape. It's definitely something you should plan ahead, because tickets can sell out and entry is usually timed. But if you want one of the most exciting day trips from Malaga, Caminito del Rey is a great choice. And that's all for my Malaga travel guide. Let me know in the comments below, which of these 10 things you're most excited to do. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.